and welcome yourselves back to the channel. The Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer for Quantumania is here. Let's talk about it. Spoilers ahead, of course, if you are not up to date with the MCU. Enjoy the video. So Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania drops Feb 17th. It looks honestly incredible. I will jump straight onto this. Scott's not going to die. People thinking Scott's going to die in this film. I don't think so. And that's why Marvel or the marketing team, they'll make you think like he's going to die. If he dies, I think it'll be a horrible mistake. The purpose of the end of the trilogies is not for our hero to die. It's for them to lose something. So, you look at Thor's finale. He lost his hammer, his dad, his brother. Well, he lost his brother every single film, really. Stark. I think he gave up his arc reactor, he gave up his suits, he gave up everything to start being Iron Man. Steve lost his shield, and then obviously Guardians, we know there's going to be a lot of loss. So what Scott, from this trailer, what do you gather he's going to lose? It's not going to be Cassie because we know she's going to be a member of the Young Avengers. It's not going to be Hope because she's barely in the trailer. And I want to say I'm not a fan of her hairstyle. But the Ant-Man and the Wasp hairstyle was more rocking. But yeah, that's what I want to touch on her and Hank and is it Hope or is it Hope's mother, whatever her name is? They didn't really appear enough in this trailer. They didn't really appear. They've not really appeared enough in any of the trailers. But this is where I think is going to be the curve ball, but also the most meaningful thing. Hank will be the one to be killed, and I think that will be the biggest loss to Scott because he took a chance on Scott in the first one. He improved his relationship with the second one, and obviously Scott became the hero ever wanted to in Endgame. You know, and I think that's going to be something amazing. I hope not only do we see, Scott become naive and blind to what Kang's offering him with time with Cassie. Cassie's the reason why they're in the quantum realm. So everything that happens forward, you can blame Cassie. But then when they get in the quantum realm, it's up to Scott to make the mature decisions. And I don't think Kang could have beaten Scott had he not got whatever he gets him to make that powerful beaming noise he does at the end. Obviously, Scott does something he's going to regret, and it's going to have major consequences on the entire multiverse, timeline, universe, whatever it may be. And this is where I think that fight scene at the end where you see Scott getting the shit kicked out of him. Hank will do something to Kang to make Scott and the rest of them get away. And I'm so excited to see this film because, the first film was literally just Ant-Man versus a counter copy of himself in Yellow Jackets. The second one was against Ghost, who was a very underwhelming hero or villain, anti-villain, if you will, who's obviously going to be reappearing in Thunderbolts. And now we get Kang, who's an Avengers level threat, if you will. What I will say is, we're on phase 5 now. I think Kang is massively underdeveloped in comparison to Thanos. Thanos appeared at the end of Avengers. So technically they've come into the story similar time. If you will, Kang was brought in earlier. But this version, this is obviously going to be, this is Kang the Conqueror we're dealing with in this film. I think he looks awesome. I think the suit looks fantastic. I think Jonathan Majors is menacing and brutal. And you've got to really think about where was he during the whole phase 1 to 3? All he had to do was rock up, team up with Thanos, and they would have ruled the fucking world. But no, I think everything they've done with the CGI and costume for this film, it looks fantastic. People have had their say on MODOK. MODOK, I I love all the Mr. Electric things. Mr. Electric. Oh god, if you've ever seen Sharkboy and Lava Girl, it's fantastic. I mean, he's only in it for a brief minute. Maybe they've already, because apparently they're doing a bit of last minute work on the film, and I'm guessing it's to do with some of the end stuff, maybe post credit scene stuff, maybe because they've had to shift a few series around, maybe Easter eggs, maybe cameos, whatever it may be. But yeah, I think this trailer looks fantastic. It gave us more of an insight into the battle and the quest that Scott's on between him and Kang, the false promises, Cassie's disappointment in herself, and the lack of hope and stuff was just really disappointing. I mean, I think Cassie's going to be amazing in this film. I think I'm excited to see her take on the super suit, well, her superhero suit. I think Paul Rudd has done fantastic to get himself here, and now to be a more serious film. He's had his comedy, you'll get your comedy in this at points, but I think once he touches the quantum realm, we're going to be in one serious area for Scott. And I'm just really excited to see where this film goes. They need to start connecting the pieces now from phase 4, start having people cross over with films and post-credit scenes making sense. With Secret Wars being only a few years away and obviously things are being delayed and whatnot, they still need to be getting those pieces together. Where does Spider-Man fit into this? How does Captain America come into this? How does Daredevil come into this? How does Agatha come into this? How does Scarlet or Vision or Hawkeye or you know what I mean? They've done a lot of projects, but barely any of them have connected. This is probably the first one that has had some connection, and it's going all the way to Loki, and Loki came out in 2021. So I'm loving the MCU, but they need to start connecting a few things, having a few crossovers, getting these Avengers teams built up. And we know, obviously, Captain America 4 that's out next year is going to start that process, but that's still a year away, and we're still expected to get like 8 projects this year. So as good as this looks, they need to have a post-credit scene that is also worthy of us caring about these characters continuing forward. So my theories are Hank will be the one to die, Paul Rudd, Scott Lang will be left in a bad shape, Cassie will be in a really bad state at the end of the film, and Kang the Conqueror will be ridiculously powerful with MODOK at his side. So let me know down below your thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Did you see the trailer? Are you going to check the film out? What are your thoughts? And I'll see you next month in 1 month and 7 days for Ant-Man: Quantumania. Until next time, goodbye.